In this video, I'll show you one of the best ways to do B2B lead generation using Facebook and Instagram ads. It's a strategy that I've personally used to create a pipeline of deals worth a few $100,000 in the last 2.5 months. Let's dive in. So as you can see here, I was running specific campaigns targeting remodelers, roofers in Canada, US, and UK. I spent about $2,000. I generated 74 leads. About 70 to 80% of the leads were qualified, which means that we're doing $20,000 per month or above. The general cost per lead, I had different ones, and at some point I was optimizing the ads and the cost per lead, and it was even lower than $26 or $25. At some point it was like $18 per lead, which for the contracting industry in the US is quite good. And I'll show you how you can get similar results with the campaigns that you're running and the niche that you're going after. All right, so let's dive in one specific diagram that I created here. And I'm gonna go over the whole process from beginning to end, how you run a campaign like that. So the first thing that you wanna do is you need to set up targeting on the ad set level. And what does this mean? So there are 3 levels in a meta campaign. And meta campaign means Facebook or Instagram campaign. The one level is just creating the campaign. The next level is the ad set. You can think of the ad set as who you're targeting, the exact target audience that you're going after. And then there is the ad over here. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to create a campaign. If you don't have any campaigns set up, you just need to go over here in the campaign tab over here and then click on create. And then over here, you would basically just leave this at auction. And the specific strategy that I'm going to talk about today, you would have to click leads over here. Okay, so you click leads and then you click continue. So after you do that, you would see something like this. And then over here, you name your campaign. You want to name your campaign in a way that you can easily identify that campaign. Then you just leave that as it is. And then you click here, you would have another button over here, down here saying continue or something like that. Okay, so next thing is you go into the ad set level. Again, you have to name your ad set. And again, the ad set is like who you're targeting, specifically the target audience. The strategy that I'm going to talk about today, you need to click on instant forms over here, and I'm going to show you what an instant form is. Basically, an instant form is a form that a person can fill out on Facebook without leaving Facebook. It's a very, very easy way to generate leads. The person doesn't need to click on your ad, go into a landing page or go on your website, and sometimes landing pages and websites are not optimized. And the person can be completely lost, loses interest, and it's not a good experience. Okay, so it's a very easy way to generate leads with instant forms. Cool. You want to click over here on instant forms. By the way, I'm going to keep it quite simple in this video, but I want to give you also different options that you can play with. Okay, so for example, if you're going to create one specific ad, but you have different creatives. Creative is basically the picture or the video that you have. This is called the creative. If you have different creatives for one ad, then you want to come here to dynamic creative and turn it on. It's a very good way to run ads with, because let's say that you have different creatives for one ad, then you want to turn this on so that you see which creative is the best. Okay, and then you can optimize based on that creative. So next thing is the daily budget. So you want to determine your own daily budget, and in general, a good minimum daily budget is anywhere from $20 to $30 up to $50, and then you can just up it from there. Okay, cool. Next thing that I want to show you is the Advantage Plus audience, which is something that Meta came out about a year ago. And it says here, our ad technology automatically finds your audience. If you share an audience suggestion, we'll prioritize audiences matching this profile before searching more widely. And as you can see here, my audience selection was super broad, like ages 28 to 50, gender men. And I specifically chose men because the contractors that I was going after, 100% of the contractors that I spoke were men. Okay, this is why I specified men over here. And then there is the detailed targeting. As you can see, I have all demographics, all interests, and all behaviors. So based on this, on the Advantage Plus audience, like Facebook and Instagram will find your audience for you. But how are you going to help them find your audience? I'll show you in just a second, but I have seen that if you target an audience very broadly, with Advantage Plus audience, and if you do a good job on the ad level of targeting like a specific kind of person or avatar, then your ad can be very, very successful on Facebook and Instagram. Cool. So you want to click on continue over here or next or whatever the button is. And then after that, let's go back to the diagram over here. So we've talked about the targeting on ad set level, which is basically this Advantage Plus audience and broad targeting. Lead form, we're talking about the lead form strategy, which I'll show you exactly how to set it up. And then on the ad level, what you want to do is you want to understand and you want to figure out what your market desires the most. So specifically for contractors, the guys that I was running ads for, I created different variations of their main desires. And the variation one was closed contracts. Variation number two was high quality leads. And variation number three were qualified appointments with prospects. Okay, so you basically want to figure out what your market desires the most. And if you don't know exactly how you go about figuring that out, you can use like different AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and ask that tool to give you that data. You can go by yourself in forums and see what your target audience wants the most. And if you're not very certain of what they want, then you can create variations and you can see which variation has the most success, and then you can continue with that one and you can optimize and scale that specific variation. Okay, fantastic. So now let's go into the actual ad. So the best variations for this specific industry that I was going after, I found out that it was appointments and contracts. All right, so this is what I continued the ads with. And something very important again here is that you want to pitch your target audience the outcome that they want. You don't want to pitch them that you're gonna run their ads for you. You don't want to pitch them that, I don't know, you're gonna fix their website. Maybe, but like the outcome, is that the outcome that they want? Because they can find all kinds of companies to run their Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, and all of this stuff, because they can find all kinds of companies to run their Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all kinds of ads like Google ads, do SEO and stuff like that. You want to grab their attention, and you grab their attention by figuring out exactly what they're going after and exactly what they want and their dream outcome. And you include that as a main point in the creative, the actual creative, like the photo or the video in the ad and in the copy of the ad, because this is what is going to attract their attention. Fantastic. So basically you create the different variations, and then you have to create a creative that grabs their attention and a copy that calls out the target audience. And again, the copy should grab also attention. Okay, so let's go over here. As you can see, creative like this can attract a lot of attention. Like I was doing something with AI. I basically was pitching 100 roofing appointments with AI. This is something that grabs attention. It's kind of mysterious, like, okay, how am I gonna get 100 appointments with AI? And this is one thing over here, the creative, the actual creative. And by the way, this was the other creative, which is super cool. And this one, actually, this was the best ad that I ran. Get 10 roofing contracts a month with AI. And this is the other thing over here. In the beginning of your copy, when you start writing the ad, the copy of the ad, then you want to call out your exact target audience, your ideal target audience. Okay, so this is what I did here. Attention roofing contractors above 20,000 a month. And then you can write your ad in different ways, but a good way of writing is you want to figure out their pain points and the pain points of the industry, the main pain points, and you want to figure out the solutions to these pain points and exactly what your target audience wants. You want to call them out in the beginning, and then you can say, look, if you're experiencing that pain points, and you can list the pain points, then listen up, what you get is blah, and then you pitch the solution over here, and then you can write different stuff here. And I would suggest that you include something that promotes the idea of urgency and scarcity of your service, which is, for example, here, for the next 30 days, qualified kitchen and bathroom remodeling companies have the opportunity to test drive our pay per AI install offer. It is only available to select businesses. Strict qualifying criteria apply. Okay, cool. So next thing that I want to talk about is how you create a creative like this. Of course, you can create it with AI. You can use, for example, Midjourney. Over here, you have to have a Midjourney subscription. I'm not gonna go into how to create a Midjourney account over here. I'm also not gonna go into how you create pictures like that. Okay, use your imagination. You can either create it with Midjourney or you can create it also with Gemini. All right, for example, I can say create a cyborg that is chilling on a roof, sunglasses on, white, money all over the place, and holding a phone. All right, here we go. I mean, whatever, that's not the best creative, but you can change it here. You can say, okay, now make it a bit more this or that. Change it in the ways that you want. Cool. The other way of creating very nice creatives is something like that. Okay, so again, you don't need something super fancy. You don't even need a paid Canva account. So you go to Canva, you put a black background or whatever kind of background you want, and again, in the creative over here, you call out your target audience, you include the dream outcome, time frame, and you can name your system or you can name your service in a way that is kind of like looks unique. Okay, I know that I'm going through a lot of data here, but yeah, this is supposed to be like a packed video. If you need to kind of like revisit the video or rewind and watch again different stuff, then feel free to do so. So last thing that I want to show you is the instant form. Okay, so the way that you create an instant form so that people submit their data on Facebook and then you receive their data is the following. So this is again on the ad level. It's not on the ad set level or the campaign level. So you go here, create form. You need to name your form in a way that you will understand that it's kind of like a unique name and you can identify the form. For example, test. Then what I would do is click on higher intent. You go on intro, just leave this as it is. Headline, you can say just hey there. And then the best way that I know of to capture their phone number specifically is write something like that. Submit your info below and we will text you how it works. Then you go to questions. You want to toggle on conditional logic. As you can see here, it says create a form that changes based on how questions are answered and filter people as a lead or non-lead. And this is because you want to have a pre-qualification question to your lead so that you don't waste your time talking to people that either are broke, are not qualified, they might be in another industry and stuff like that. Okay, so you want to click on add question over here, multiple choice, and then the qualification question that I had on my forms was what's your current monthly revenue? 0 to 10K a month. For me, these businesses are unqualified. Okay, so what I would do is you go to logic over here and you go to close form and just leave this as it is over here. Next one would be 10K to 25K. And you choose here submit form and pays for leads. And then whatever, I'm not gonna go too much into it. I can say just 25K plus plus a month. Submit form. Basically, that means that if people are doing 0 to 10K and they click on this button, the form is gonna exit and they're not gonna be able to submit their data. So I'm not gonna be able to contact them, call them, and stuff like that. And the people that are doing more than 10K or whatever the revenue is, then they will be able to submit their data, and then I can contact them. Cool. And over here, choose the type of information you need. You want to capture their email, full name, and phone number. Privacy policy. You over here, you drop your privacy policy link that you have on your website. If you don't have one, then create one. And then over here, you can just say privacy, and it's gonna appear over here. Review screen. Okay, cool. And then end page. Just go here on the headline and say, wait one last step. Visit the website below and book your call with us. Cool. Over here, you leave it at go to website. You add your website link over here. Oops. And then over here, just say visit website. Fantastic. Now, the end page for no leads, just leave it as it is. Headline is thanks for your interest. And description is based on your answers, this might not be the best fit for you. Check out our website to see what else we offer. Cool. And the last thing that I want to tell you is that if you start running ads like this, then you will manually need to go on Ads Manager, and I will show you exactly where to find out which leads submitted their info, download the CSV from there. And it's kind of like not a very good way to go about it because you don't know when leads submitted their info. You might lose leads and stuff like that. Okay, so what I would suggest is using a CRM like Go High Level that has an option to when leads submit their info, then you get a notification that somebody submitted their info. They can get automatic emails and SMS sequences and stuff like that. Okay, so if you don't have a Go High Level account, I have a link in the description below. Just create one with that link. It would be highly appreciated. It's my affiliate link. And by the way, if you need help in setting that up, just contact me and I can help you out. But if you don't want to do that, then what you will need to do is, let's see, go on Ads Manager and then go to All Tools, Meta Business Suite. Then you go again to All Tools, Instant Forms. And then over here, you will see the different forms that you have and the number of leads that you have. And then you can download the leads over here with all of the details like email, exactly when they submitted their data, phone number, and stuff like that. Okay, so this is basically the whole workflow on how to go about setting up the ads, running the ads, and generating leads for your business. Okay, so hopefully you liked it. If you did, click subscribe under the video, and I'll see you in the next one.